The other day, I got a direct message on Twitter. A wild DM appeared. It was just a link to a YouTube video with absolutely no explanation. So following the link, it turns out it's one of those videos that tries to prove the existence of God. Because, I haven't seen one of those before. But since there was no explanation, I can only assume that this is a loyal fan of mine who's just making a video request. Normally, I wouldn't respond to a video like this, but I make it my goal to pander to my fans because I want to sell merchandise eventually. Anyways, this is one of those low-budget, low-effort videos. It's just text on the screen set to emotional music. Because when I click on a YouTube video that I'm interested in, I do that because I want to read. The first few seconds of this video is just saying, I can prove God is great. And then it switches to a completely different background with an icon in the corner, which is probably the icon of whatever he took this from. Anyways, it says, the beauty of mathematics. And it shows a series of equations which have patterns between them, which is really cool, especially considering the fact that we are the ones who created not only mathematics, but also the number systems themselves. He shows a few more that also have patterns, and here's my explanation. There is an incredible number of terms you could use in a pattern, and there are incredible numbers of ways that you can mix those terms, and there's also incredible numbers of ways that you could mix operators with it. There's just an incredible number of ways that you can mix all of these things, so it makes sense that some of them would have some sort of pattern. But even if that doesn't make sense to you, how is an invisible man in the sky the best explanation for this? How would this make me want to worship an ethereal dictator? Now take a look at this. 101%. Greater than from a strictly mathematical viewpoint, what equals 100%? The answer, of course, is 1. There are a few other ways that we can express the number 1, but that is the strict mathematical answer. What does it mean to give more than 100%? That means to give more than one, more than a whole. Ever wonder about those people who say they are giving more than 100%? Yeah, I'm wondering why they think that makes sense. But that's a hyperbole. It's not meant to be taken literally. We have all been in the situation where someone wants you to give over 100%. No, we've been in situations where people said that in a hyperbolic sense. If we were to literally give even 100%, we would die, because that would be all of the energy left in our body. It's not meant to be taken literally. How about achieving 101%? That's impossible because we all only have 100% of ourselves. What equals 100% in life? In the context of that hyperbole, that was 100% of your effort, or 100% of your strength, or 100% of your focus. You're trying to put it in a very arbitrary way, but that's not how it goes. You're really overthinking this. Here's a little mathematical formula that might help answer these questions. This isn't a mathematical formula. I'm pretty sure you don't know what that means. But if the alphabet is represented as the numbers 1 through 26, so if we add up the numbers and the letters, we find out that hard work equals 98%, knowledge equals 96%, and attitude equals 100%. And this is very, very motivational, very inspiring. I'm so inspired right now. And of course, this is a very objective way of looking at things, so let's keep going. But love of God will get you to 101%. No way! Therefore, one can conclude with mathematical certainty that, while hard work and knowledge will get you close, and attitude will get you there, it's the love of God that will put you over the top. And we know this because we created words in a certain way that adds up to a certain number if we use an arbitrary method like this. And this is completely related to the hyperbole of giving it your all. But you know what? I actually think this has some merit. I actually think you could be onto something. But believe it or not, we don't need the love of God, because there's an easier way. There is an easier way to get over the top, and that is simply by jerking off. That's right, there's no need for religion, we just need a good wanking. But there's also tons of other things that will put you even further over the top. There's so many things that will be even more effective than the love of God or jerking off. Like embracing atheism, arguing with your parents, smoking cigarettes, Lord Vishnu, Scientology, separation between church and state, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, child sacrifice. So if this method has any basis in reality, we ought to do all of those things. But honestly, I really didn't think I had to make this video. I thought people would understand that this is just motivational and doesn't actually prove anything.